What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, one of your hosts, and join with me each and every single week. I do have my lovely co host, Jake. Jake, say hello to the people, my man.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Today's episode's another good one. I am going to be schooled. So the whole point of this podcast when we first started it was one, to just talk to each other. Um, and two, share our love of gaming. And as we've found out over the previous however many episodes that we're on now, we're in the 30s, I believe. It's heavily weighted on Luke. My gaming repertoire, I thought was fantastic, is now a measly speck of dust. Of Pluto, if you could call it, and they've booted it out of the list of planets. It's that bad. In comparison to Luke's absolute, what can you call it? Well, it's a library. It's an Alexandria of games. So today, Lukey Boy is going to take me through his whole gaming list. We don't know how long this is going to last because I know my games. There'll be big boys in here that we've both played, whether that be Call of Duty, Pokemon. I mean, It Takes Two. We played It Takes Two together.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot to put that one on there. Hold on.
Goes to show, I mean nothing to Luke. I mean nothing.
Hold on, I'm adding it right now. It was because it was on EA Play. I didn't even think to check it. No, hold on. Scratch the record. No, just kidding. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh, I got no. Cut it. No. No, it's funny because I went through so much to do this. So I told Jake this. I want to say I told Jake about this idea probably like around Wednesday for some reason. I was just like, you know what, Jake? I think it'd be because I'm a big nerd. I was like, because I talked to Jake about the music thing. I track like all the music I listen to, pretty much how I like to like keep track of like my favorite songs. How many times I listen to that song. I also do that. I'm a giant nerd. I like numbers at the end of the day, and I definitely do that with music. I do that with the anime I watch because there's an awesome site called My Anime List that has all that stuff in there. And I was like, I wonder if there is a website that can track like my gaming and stuff like that because I think that's really cool. Um, and so I was looking for a site, and they're like, "How long to beat?" I'm like, "You mean the site where I check to see how long a game takes to beat?" Okay, interesting. It's like I did not know that there could be like a way to list it, and so I saw it. I started like listing like the games I'm currently playing, some games that I have like on a backlog or I want to get to. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Podcast idea. I'm going to catalog to the best of my knowledge every game that I can actually think that I have played. Now, to qualify some things before we get into like the meat and potatoes, everything, the games that I qualified are games that I know that I physically had or rented, not borrowed from a friend or anything like that. Because God, I probably borrowed so many games from back in the day that I could not tell you. And then games that I did not put into more than 2 hours into. Because there was a couple games like here and there that I tried for like 30, 40 minutes. I didn't really feel like listing them because again, I was just like, you know what, I tried it, didn't like it, or it's just like this was a free game that I loaded up for 30 minutes while I waited for something else to load up. And I do not have an opinion on it, and I don't feel like adding it to my list.
Was
So
it the
this
Hot
probably
Wheels
like
one? Do you remember the Hot Wheels one that came free with the Xbox?
No, did not. I do have one game on there that I got 1,000 gamer score and that took me 3 hours. So, but yeah. So the whole idea behind this episode is honestly, Jake is literally going to be looking at my entire catalog. He is going to be looking at all these games that I've played, and we're just going to be talking about them. You know, I want to hear Jake's opinion on certain games. There's definitely some head scratchers in there when you look at the hours I put in there. I've cataloged the hours, and there's some ridiculous hours that I can know. I will say specifically for the hours, specifically, you know, from like the era from Xbox One to PS4, PS5, Switch. And 3DS were pretty accurate. Everything beforehand, I usually try to gauge like how much time I put in there compared to the other versions of the game. So let's just say like a Madden, for example. Like if I know I put in like back in the day 80 hours in Madden, like like 16, I'm pretty sure as a kid, I probably when I was waiting for a game year to year, I probably played that game for just as much time, if not more, because as a kid you don't have access to adult money, so you're waiting for Christmas to come around before you get
Yep,
a new game. So are you
can
waiting
confirm.
your mom to take, or are you waiting for your mom to take you to Blockbuster for the second week? Whichever or so. But yeah, Jake, I guess we can just go ahead and get started. If you want to go ahead and show the people the screen. Oh my god, there it is.
So first thing that strikes me is I look at the top and it says True Justice 107, and just below that it says 257 beat.
Mhm.
How?
Well, I mean, you'll see as you start scrolling through the list, like some of the games, you're like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, because I mean, a lot of the games you think beat, you're like, okay, well, I mean, I guess think about like Spyro. Like
Yeah, I
Spyro maybe
suppose
takes
you
10
that.
hours to beat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
right? Like as a kid, I probably played that for more than 10 hours, but like thinking back, I know I beat the first Spyro game and it says 10 hours. So like it's just like one of those things where like a lot of the newer games and then a lot of the sports games, I guess you could say, like there's a lot of them on there. Just the prefaces, there's so many fucking sports games, it's ridiculous. But like, yeah, I mean, how do you beat a sports game? I guess
You
you
can't,
beat the
right? I
career
guess.
mode. You
Yeah.
can't, right? Like, so I was like, I'm not gonna put like not completed because I put 80 hours into Madden. If you're telling me I didn't beat Madden in 80 hours, I don't know what you're talking
I
about
suppose it's
here.
just like play one season, I guess. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for me, I
this
looked at it like that.
um so we'll get a big list up and then we'll work our way down, I guess. Number 1 DRB, is that, or number 10? What is this?
Yeah,
What's his
yeah,
first one?
yeah. So this is like a basic. You can hover over it and it tells you
Yep.
everything about it. So yeah, it's just it was one of those free games for gold that I just saw. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed playing it. And honestly, it was the first game on my Xbox app that I saw because it's in alphabetical order, and it was the first one that had a specific number. So I'm like, oh, I can track that, and so that's why it's on there. I could not tell you what this game's about. I could not. I
Cool.
know there's pixels. I think you jump around a little bit, and it's a lot of fun.
All right. Cool. Ace Academy. I've never played that.
Yeah, it's a visual novel, story-based game. It's just kind of point and click picture. Anime girls. I was into anime as a young lad on the PC, so I was just like, you know what, I want to date some anime girls, and that's how that game started.
Cool. And you gave it a solid 8 out of 10.
It was great. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
uh, Moving swiftly on. So those first two I've never heard of. And again, I haven't heard of Advanced Wars. And it looks like there's a
Yeah,
series of them. I've
yeah.
never
Advanced.
played those or seen those ever.
Yeah, no. Advanced Wars. I specifically remember my buddy, and I want to say I was introduced to this game like I was in fifth grade or sixth grade on the bus. Someone was playing it. It's like a basic, you it's a strategy game. So you have a board and you move your tanks into different parts, and you have to capture things. And it has a really cool story going on with it. So I actually just fell in love with the gameplay side of the thing. So I played Advanced Wars One. I played the remake, which is right next to it, which is on the Switch. I haven't beaten it yet, but that's one I downloaded because I wanted to replay it in HD. And then there's Advanced Wars 2, which was the sequel. And then there was a third one, which was I want to say Dual Destiny. I can't remember which one it was. But there was one for the 3D, the DS as well that I played a lot. But I loved the series as a kid. I played and beat all three of them that I know I played for sure. And cool story, fun gameplay. Like it's you're battling with tanks and helicopters and missiles, and each thing moves a different square, and certain things are stronger against other certain things. And it was a fun time as a kid to sink in some. I would say this was like my Pokemon diversifier. Like this is the thing where I would play these games on my handheld games that weren't Pokemon. These are like my non-Pokemon handheld games
Okay, cool.
that I
Yeah,
played
that
and
makes
enjoyed.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any of those. It's always Pokemon. Um, Age of Empires, I have definitely played. Armor Free, I've definitely
Oh
played
yeah.
as well. I dumped a
Oh
load
yeah.
of time. Armor Free was more Daisy. Is Daisy
Yeah.
on here as it's because obviously it'll have a standalone.
No.
Um,
No,
but
no, no, just Armor 3 for me.
yeah, and then Ark Survival has been on my list for the longest time because I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs with guns?
That's so much fun, so fun,
The
so
original
fun.
King Kong game was like the best, and then
Mhm,
this came out. I was like, oh, I need to play. The problem is right. My games list is like a Netflix watch list, and you just
mhm.
click it and you add it to your library, and then by the time I get to it, it's either gone from the store, like it's gone from the pass, or I look at it and go, do I actually have time to play this? And it's really
Mhm.
sad. Um, that being said, you've got then every Assassin's Creed under the sun. Um,
Not
one
every,
thing
but
I
most of
will
them.
question on is Shadows,
Uh-huh.
because
Yeah.
the news came out this week that the sales released, and it is
Mhm.
the worst performing Assassin's Creed ever.
Really?
Yeah. Um,
Shadows?
so it turns
I
out that the publishing have lied on what they
Oh,
sold,
wow.
and it did
Wow.
not sell a lot. I think we're talking like
Damn.
on Steam, it only sold 350,000 copies. And for something like
Wow. I did
something like
not see
Assassin's
that.
Creed that sold like when you look back at maybe 2 and 3 that sold millions in a day, you're not you're not in the ballpark at all. So I'm intrigued to see like your opinions on them because we've obviously heard your opinions on Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3. We both know we absolutely adore Black Flag. I've played Origins a little bit. I've played Odyssey a little bit as well, but just because the time frames, what stand out to me the most. I've never played Brotherhood, but you've given me a pretty good lowdown on that. Revelations as well. So to be honest, you've given me a good lowdown on the whole Assassin's Creed. I think if you were to go in versus Luke on any Assassin's Creed, he'd probably be able to blow you out the water in terms of knowledge and playtime.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
intrigued to
I mean,
see
it's
what you say about Shadows.
yeah. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. You said that to me, and I immediately went to my phone to see where I said I haven't. I can't see it anywhere. So I'm not sure because to my knowledge, like as of like a week ago, because I was on Reddit and they were talking about how well it's performed over like it was the best selling game according to Steam. So she got shoot me the link after because I'm having an
I will do.
epiphany because I think because I'm thinking Assassin's Creed Shadows personally for me is the best Assassin's Creed modern
Maybe I
Assassin's
got
Creed
rage
game that
baited
have
on
ever been made.
Twitter. I could have been rage baited.
You know, yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, because Assassin's Creed Shadows is better than Valhalla. It's better than Origins. I think it's a better Assassin's Creed game than Odyssey. I think for the mainstay, the like for I haven't beaten it yet. I'm about 44 hours in. I've been enjoying the world. It's on the backlog right now because I'm playing another game right now on top of it. But for me, Shadows, I think Shadows is honestly the most fun I've had playing an Assassin's Creed game story wise world wise, gameplay wise since Syndicate. You know,
Wow.
I would
Okay.
dare say, like, I haven't beaten Assassin's Creed Shadow, and my opinion on it is will drastically change. How after I beat the story, because I'm very big on the stories as Assassin's Creed and how it ties into the assassin part of everything. But the gameplay is great. I love the idea that I can play the game how I want to. If I want to go in stealth, I can play as now. If I just want to go in and destroy shit, I go play as Yasuke. The characters have fun interactions. The world's beautiful. You don't want to fast travel in this world. Like it's so much fun just to travel around in this world and explore the world. Um, and yeah, I think it's honestly the best Assassin's Creed game that's come out in a really, really long time. That kind of makes it still feel like an Assassin. I don't. I feel like I'm playing Assassin's Creed again. I don't
That's
feel
good.
like I'm what's the word? A Spartan in
Yeah.
Egypt. I don't feel like a Viking, like I feel like a proper assassin, like playing the game with Naue. And I like the idea if I do want to fuck shit up, I can go play as Yasuke and fuck shit up, which I applaud. And then, yeah, as Assassin's Creed as a whole, Jake, go ahead and scroll over Assassin's Creed 3 for me. Just do
Number
me a favor
3.
so everyone can
So
see.
yeah,
Yeah, what
26
does it say?
hours, 7 out of 10.
Mhm.
Um,
What? It says
uh,
7 out of 10?
7 out of
Who's
10.
that
Yeah,
one? Oh
that's
shit,
Assassin's Creed.
it should have one. It should have one. I thought I put one on there.
Maybe you
That's
put one
crazy.
on a different one. No, you've given everything,
I
all of them like 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8.
Mm,
7, 8,
mm.
8, 7. You've been very
That's
kind. You've been very
I'm not gonna hold on. We gotta maybe they're showing you like the overall scale because I know for a fact I did not put 7 for Assassin's Creed. Freaking what does 2 say?
8.
Yeah, lies. It should say 10. All right, they are showing you the universal side. Assassin's Creed 3 has 1 star from me.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah, so it's like global statistics. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're showing
Um,
the global statistics.
I wonder if I
That's fine. That's cool.
can I filter on that?
Um,
Maybe not.
I probably not.
Yeah, it
When you
doesn't
get
look
to the
like it.
profile, you can we they can break down breaks down all the stats. But most of the Assassin's Creed games I enjoyed. I would say like if we're talking about like an overall scale, like it would go two, like I said, Brotherhood 2, 4, and then I enjoy everything else really well.
Oh,
I think I made Odyssey like a 5 because I didn't enjoy Odyssey at all. So
yeah, but I did get past the first island or whatever it was. Um,
yeah,
the Batman games I have played, amazing
yep,
games. Similar in
amazing
well,
games.
I'm pretty sure we'll see any superhero game down here, especially like Spider-Man and Batman. They were there
Mhm.
together in terms of combat. Arkham
Yeah.
City is a fantastic game. Like
It is. It's a great game.
it carried the PlayStation. It came out on PlayStation 3, right? This came out on PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I played on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. I never played Arkham Asylum. I just never played it. I never had any desire to go play it. And so I kind of stick with City and Knight for like my Batman playthroughs. And yeah, they're great games. I have City ranked a little bit higher than Knight overall because I think dealing with the Joker, and that one's so much fun. Obviously the Joker plays a major part in Arkham Knight as well, but it's just the satisfying conclusion of City that like leaves a lasting impression. I feel like Arkham Knight's ending felt a little flatter than City, but yeah, enjoyed it a lot.
and then moving on to Battlefields, I've noticed that you've only put 1 and 4 in Hardline. Um,
Yeah, those are the main. I mean, I played 5 with you for like I don't know, like an
a
hour and a
couple of
half,
hours,
which
yeah, because it was on Game
yeah,
Pass or whatever.
I didn't feel like adding it on there. But yeah, no, I did not play. I never played Battlefield 3. Like I played it, but I didn't physically play the game. Like I didn't own the game. I never rented it. I might have played it at a friend's house. But I have memories of playing Battlefield 4. Uh, playing not what is it called? It's not is it Locker? Locker? Yeah, playing Locker on Battlefield 4, that multiplayer map, the smallest map with my friends and just having so much fun with that. And then playing Battlefield 1 and just being left ultimately disappointed from going from Battlefield
Yeah,
4 to Battlefield 1. And it was fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't Battlefield 4, you know? And so I kind of fell off of that. And then obviously with the reviews of, I guess, I think they did Battlefield, they did like a World War II Battlefield, I think, or was that Battlefield 5? I don't, I know they did,
uh,
I know they've done
there
two
was a
other
DLC.
Battlefields and
It did you
yeah,
I can't remember. I know Battlefield 3 had a deal or was it 2 had a DLC? They did 1942. It was a DLC. It was a whole different,
I
like, a
I
vibe.
just remember the controversy of it being a paraplegic Chinese woman like in the game. And I don't know why like people were mad about it, but I just didn't play that one. I don't remember why. But that was a thing I remember being a part. And yeah, I played Battlefield Hardline because it was more Battlefield 4 and a cop world. It was fun. I enjoyed it
Yeah,
for what it was. Nothing to write home about
yeah.
personally.
The thing is, like, you don't play Battlefield for the campaign, really. The last proper good
No,
campaign was probably Bad Company 2. And then even
yeah.
then, they'd nailed down the multiplayer experience, so it people were just not even playing the campaign and just going straight into
Mhm.
multiplayer. Burnout Paradise, these are well, just Burnout in general. I really didn't like these as a kid because
It's
I
crazy.
could not get my head around like the checkpoint stuff. So
Okay.
I would constantly like fail, and then like the
Mhm.
race would end, and I would get really annoyed. Like, why is the race
Okay.
ended? Probably because I just didn't understand. But I know that Burnout Paradise is probably it's very good. It's very very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I Burnout. I would say before when we get to Forza, Burnout is probably next to after Forza Horizon, like my favorite racing games of all time. I like the fact that I can crash into shit. Like Burnout, I have so many like Burnout Take 3, Takedown, and Burnout Revenge. Those two specifically was like my childhood, like on the PlayStation. If I wasn't playing a sports game, if I wasn't playing Final Fantasy or Dragon Ball Z, I was playing Burnout. And I liked destroying things as a child. I like fighting games. I like sports. I liked the action packed, and so Burn once they introduced like the takedown mechanic of the game, while there were still checkpointy parts because Burnout 1 and 2 were just your typical racing games, and then Burnout 3 Takedown and Revenge turned it into more of arcadey, not super focused on the racing aspect of it, but still doing fun stuff. And then Burnout Paradise, I mean, took it to yeah, the open world aspect of it. It's probably the best Burnout game ever. There's a reason why it's been remade 2 times. The remakes are not as good as the original. I will say that. They just because they don't fucking remake the game, they just make it look pretty and it handles like shit because it's fucking a PS3 game, but they're playing it on. They're like it's PS5 exclusive. Like stop. Like just I'd rather play this shit on the PlayStation 3 and have my fucking Dual Shock 3. But yeah, Burnout's great. Love Burnout, solid game. Love one of my favorite racing games for sure. Series.
I think
They need
one
to bring it
will
back.
moving on to the we're into C's now, and this one
Yeah.
will shock a lot of people that you've only got COD 3 and Modern
Mhm.
Warfare, the newest Modern Warfare, not COD 4.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't I don't like shooters. I'm not a shooter guy. Like I will Call of Duty 3, I bought that game. I think it came with my PS3, I think, when I got it. So I played it. I enjoyed the campaign of Call of Duty 3. Didn't have internet like I told you guys, so I didn't really play online with people on property. I don't even think they had like an online lobby for Call of Duty 3. I think you could just do like I don't remember. I think I played it once with my friend and you could do split screen and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I don't have memories of playing it online, but I remember enjoying the campaign a lot. And then yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is one where all the boys in the group got this game because it was a remake of Modern Warfare. Everyone loved Modern Warfare. I never really personally played it. Um and it's a shame that it doesn't show the it does it show the hours on there, Jake, if you hover over it
um,
that I've logged?
you've got
It says progress at the top.
264.
Yeah, I played that game for I logged in about 264 hours online playing that game just with a friend with the guys. Never touched the campaign single time. I think I played what's it what you call it Warzone maybe like 3 rounds of Warzone, but no,
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
not a
just
big fan
mainly
of that.
multiplayer. A lot of Modern Warfare. I was shocked when I saw the stats. I was shocked. I did not expect to see almost 300 hours on that game because personally, I enjoyed playing with my friends. I personally just don't like shooters. It was just guys like, all right, we're all getting on COD. I'm like, all right,
All right, fine, cool. Let's lock
all
in.
right, cool. Let's lock
Um,
in, I guess. Oh, you need me on the hard point? I got you. I'm laying down. Like I wasn't killing. I was on the hard point and I was dropping ammo and I was shooting on when I could shoot and I was staying alive. That's how I played my game. And on shipment, like that's the only map 24/7, 24/7 shipment. Like
I do
that's
miss
it. Like
24/7 shipment. It's
yeah, dude,
especially when they did that
it's
in the double
chaos.
XP weekends. Oh
Yeah,
man,
as
and
oh yeah, yeah,
the sweats.
yeah,
One that is actually
always.
on my list. This is on my gameplay list that I haven't played yet.
Mhm.
Child of Light. So I'm intrigued to see your opinion on this. You've got about 13 hours in. I'm assuming that's like
Yeah, I
probably
beat it.
completion
Yeah, I beat
time.
Child of Light. Yeah, I beat it. It's a fun little indie game. I think it like won so many awards. This was back in the era, like a lot of the Xbox One games specifically was back in the era. I would call that my peak gamer era. Like that was when I was in college. I was working a job. I had semi no bills. I had money, to my own money. So I really like bought games just to try them and play them. And I think this was the era of games with gold when this first started rolling out. This was one of the games for gold for the month. I heard great things about it. Played it. It was fun. It was an easy like 1,000 gamer score because I was really again big fucking nerd. I like numbers, so I like reaching goals and achievements. So I wanted to get all the achievements in it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good indie game. Obviously, there's so many better indie games that have come out since now. But it's a beautiful story, man. It's a lot of fun. If you got 14 hours, you can beat this game. You can beat this in like 2 or 3 over a weekend,
Yeah,
and get your fill for it. And it's. I mean, if you pay for it, I think it's worth it. But again, I'm pretty sure it's free on Game Pass. So
yeah. I think it's been
yeah,
free
it was
for
a
a
great
while.
indie
It's
game.
definitely
I mean,
included in the PlayStation
I,
Pass.
I probably played in 2014, so this has been about 11 years, so my mind's a little hazy on it. But Xbox said I beat it,
Cool.
so yeah,
And then there's a whole array of
yeah,
things that I've never played. So we're looking at. I'll just
mhm,
read off, and then you can like
yeah,
staples or things that you think are worth
yeah.
talking about. So what's that? Conception 2,
It's
Crimson Dragon, the
fun game.
Cyberpunk series. What's that?
Mhm.
Trigger Happy
Danganronpa.
Havoc.
Yep.
Um, I've never heard of that. Dead or Alive, and then what's that? Dead or Alive. 5 and 6,
Yeah,
Depth,
6. Yep. Detroit
Juice
game.
EX, or Juice EX,
Is
as I like to
X.
call it, the
Mhm.
Juice Up. Um,
And then
is that the, and
that's
then
some
we've got
Digimons.
Digimon series, Dirt Free,
Uh-huh.
Dishonored, something
Disney
about
Extreme
skating?
Skate.
Disney
Disney
Extreme
Extreme
Skate.
Skate Adventure. All
Jesus
right, well,
Christ.
pause. There's a lot. There's a lot, and
And the
there's a lot to see.
DMC, whatever that is. Devil May Cry.
Devil May
That's what that
Cry.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and
So
then
to
we'll
kind of
pause before the big boys.
yeah, we're getting there. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, a lot of these games, so Conception 2 is just a fun game. I think the whole idea of Conception 2 is literally it's in the title. Like you literally you make children. Like it's so funny. It's not physically make them. It's like it's appropriate. You hold hands and you make children, okay? Um I just heard the name of it. I was like, what in the fuck is this? And then I played it. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun playing this game. It was actually kind of fun.
50 hours making children, Luke. I mean, it's a top
I
effort.
know. Yeah, it was a lot of fun because it was cool. Because I like could take the idea out of it, like okay, like making kids, but like you're like pairing up like the person with like a specific like character, the mother, I guess, to have like spur. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it was my fun like going to bed game. Like I would be going to bed like it was like be after a long night of staying up to like 1 o'clock in the morning with the guys playing GTA and all that shit. And for me, that was like my going to bed, like a little, like I'll put an hour here and there. And, when we were gaming hard for a month, it adds up over time. Crimson Dragon, free game. I think I played that while I was waiting for a game to come out on Xbox One because back in the day, not a whole lot of games were on the Xbox when it first came out. Cyberpunk, I've not beaten Cyberpunk yet. But that both of them, I guess I forgot to add it, but they're great games. I just haven't had the time to fully commit to playing a 60 hours game. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Africa is actually a lot of fun. It's more of a visual novel, but it's like a whodunit mystery. The Dead or Alive are a fighting game, fun fighting game physics. I love it. Depth, you're a shark and you're killing other sharks and divers. It's a fun multiplayer game. Deus Ex, I think I played 3 hours of that game. I did not enjoy it. It's very boring and very slow. And then, as I told you before, I think the Digimon games are actually very underrated games. Specifically, the Cyber Sleuth series. It's very like Pokemon. You have your Digimon. It's actually a lot of fun. Digimon Survive is in the name is kind of a visual novel. Like they're trying to survive. Is a darker take on it, which I like the fact that Digimon ventures on because they characters die in this game, like physically die, and it's like okay for a game that media you would associate like with children, like they're not afraid of like no, our audience has grown up and they appreciate this kind of storytelling. And then I think Digimon World 2, as I remember playing this at Blockbuster when I got it for Blockbuster, it was a lot of fun. Dirt 3, not my favorite racing game. It was free. Dishonored, enjoyed Dishonored. That was a lot of fun. I know this is the one I want to talk about. Disney Extreme Skate Adventure. Man, that game was fucking fun, bro. I
75 hours.
I have very vivid memories of playing this game non fucking stop, dude. It had a banger soundtrack. Like take like a Tony Hawk's like Pro Skater or Pop Punk and just take out like all like the and make it more kiddified. So you got a lot of Simple Plan, Blink 182. I think Limp Bizkit was in this soundtrack. And I'm fucking Simba skateboarding, bro. Like that's fucking sick. I get to go to the Simba Safari World and do kickflips as Simba and like heel flips as Tarzan and fucking ollies as Buzz Lightyear. Like that shit was awesome as a kid because I love skateboarding. We talk about it all the time. I love the skate games. I love Tony Hawk. And I have so many fond memories of just playing these games. So every time I see this game, like I think about it, and a lot of the music I have like on Spotify is like a couple of the songs are from this game because I vividly remember like the songs. Like I think I had one song. It was called I don't want to grow up by Simple Plan. It's like I don't want to be told to grow up. I'm like yeah, and I'm like 10 playing this game. I'm like I don't want to grow up. This is so much fun. But yeah, sorry.
No,
I know I
no,
give like a
that's
small
fine.
explanation for everything, but like, yeah,
Yeah, no,
Disney.
that's fine.
I wanted to get to Disney Extreme Skate Adventure because that fucking game
It's a
was
long list. It's a
baller.
long list. We're gonna have to get through. Devil May Cry. Any comments on that?
My best friend Mason loves Devil May Cry. He was trying to get me into it. It was not my jam.
No, yeah, I've never played any of these. So then we get onto one of the first big boys, the
Right.
Dragon Balls. You could probably
Yeah.
well, Luke could probably spend a whole episode talking about just these. Um, give me as a person who's never played, what's the most recent one?
Huh?
I've seen footage of
Sparking
the
Zero at the
yeah.
Sparking Zero.
I do
Mhm,
like the fact that's like semi-open world. Is it where you can fly
not at
around?
all.
No?
Oh, you can
What's
fly
a
around. The fighting aspect is an open world fighter where you can like
yeah, yeah,
fly around and stuff. Yes. Okay. Cool. I thought you like it is not an open world game. It's not. It's a
yeah,
fighting game with a open world battleground. Yes. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Just give me like a general overview.
Yeah.
What's your
These are
favorites? What's the
literally
worst?
yeah. Yeah, honestly, they're the worst one is Dragon Ball Sagas. It's not like it's just trash. I think you could talk to anyone who's played a Dragon Ball Z game. Saga is probably the worst one. They tried to do something different. It didn't work. Dragon Ball Burst Limit is probably the worst of the traditional fighters. I just never got off the ground. The heyday of the games are the Budokai Tenkaichis, and the Xenoverse games. Those are like the Dragon Ball and Raging Blast. These are all basically taking your standard. So the Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, Budokai 2, Budokai, I don't think I have Budokai 3 because I didn't play that one. Budokai 1 and 2, they're your traditional fighters where you got one character on one screen, on one side, and the other characters, traditional 2D fighter
Yep.
combos. And then Tenkaichi took it to the next level. You, as a kid playing it, you felt like you were playing the fucking show. Like
Yeah.
that's like it was open world, things are blowing up. I think Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I think, Jake, if you want to hover the hours on that one really quick, I can't remember. It's my most played
100?
one. Yeah,
100 and
probably
single player
probably
42.
about
Yeah.
yeah, probably about 100 hours and Tenkaichi 3 alone for myself. I mean, it's an amazing game. It's like it got like over 200 characters. And the Raging Blast series was like the PS3 version of the Tenkaichi 3 series. It changed it a little bit. And then Sparking Zero is getting back to the Tenkaichi roots. That being said, it's probably my most disappointing game I've ever played. And we could probably talk about that for another episode. Um, it just doesn't have a lot of content. You know, for a game I waited for, God, I think Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out 2008. I've been waiting for a proper sequel to it with everything in it. Like, I don't know how a game in 2008 has more features in a game that came out in 2024. So
Yeah,
very
that's crazy.
disappointed in that one. And then the Xenoverse games are fun because you get to create your own like Dragon Ball character and you get to take them across the world and they insert in the story. So those are always fun. I loved if like back in the day if I was not I was playing 3 games, like, as on, like, my PS2, PS3. It was either a a sports title, Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, or some random RPG, and that was about it. And I like that was my childhood as of gaming. Like, it was a nice rotation. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Speaking of sports games, it looks like EA has
Mhm.
been gathered in by well, so like all the FIFAs and UFCs have been gathered in on the
Yeah.
EA. Just before that, Dying Light, I've never played
It's
it.
a fun game. It's fun. It's a fun zombie game. I highly recommend. Like, it's a cool open world zombie game. Great story. It's co-op, so it's a lot of fun to play with someone. Me and my friend Hunter played it all the time. We never beat it because we just mainly played it co-op, and then other games came around. But yeah, Dying Light was amazing.
Yeah, so I suppose at the bottom of the screen for the viewers and then for the listeners, all the FIFAs are coming in. We'll gather them together with obviously because now it's now called FC, and then we've got whatever they're going to next, and then college football.
Yeah,
Basically, all the EA sports games.
we're
Uh,
getting up there. Yeah, we're getting
Standouts.
there.
I mean, it's kind of just piece of the pod. Like
Yeah.
if I would do this list, I would have every FIFA since '05.
Mhm.
Um, they're just all the same. It's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Better graphics, better like fluidity between ball
There
like
there's
trajectories and
nothing to
stuff.
really, like, touch on, like, I'll like, UFC I like UFC, so when they come out, I play them. Like, there's nothing going on, like, I play them for, like, 25, 30 hours most, go through one career as a UFC fighter, done with the game. Talking about the other games in between that, the Fallout 4 is Far Cry's. I've never beat it. I beat Far Cry 4, never beat no, I didn't beat Far Cry 4. I didn't beat a single Far Cry. They're fun open world games, but games
Yeah.
in general, yeah, if they're red, that means I put them on the back on the not
Retired list.
completed and yeah, retired list. And like they're just games I'll never go back to. Again, I'm not a big shooter, so when a game really focuses on gunplay, I'm just not super into it because I'm not really good at shooting games. So when I have to be good at shooting games, I'm not good at them. I die and I get frustrated. I don't want to play. Farming Simulator, I won't want to touch on those. I fucking dude, fucking Farming Simulator. What a fucking waste of goddamn time, but it was so much fun, dude. I was just fucking mowing. Like there's not like you're just, like it's not like fun farming. Like you were just like
No, it's just
harvesting wheat.
farming. Yeah, it's just
Dude, it's just farming, dude. I pre-ordered Farming Simulator 15 on the Xbox One the same day The Witcher 3 came out. Everyone and their mother was in line to get their Witcher 3 games. I was the only one in line for Farming Simulator, and they're like, "Are you ready for Witcher 3?" And I'm like, "No, just wait. What game's coming out?" Da 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 da. And then I'm like, "Are you here for Witcher?" Like, "No, I'm here for Farm." Oh, the one guy who pre-ordered Farming Simulator. I got this shitty, like terrible material Farming Simulator hat. It's just a Farming Simulator. It's just a red hat. I wear that hat wherever I went, dude. I was a ref in Farming Simulator.
it,
I don't have that
it's a
many
cult.
hours in it, but it's
It's
so
a cult
fun though.
now,
It's so fun.
and it's
Yeah.
a very it's got a very niche area now with the ASMR type stuff and
Mhm.
like chill streams. It's got a
It's very
very niche
chill.
place that it fills. There's not much that can fill it either.
Yeah. And
There's
then
obviously there's a whole like train simulator
yeah,
and truck simulator,
the
but I think
simulator
farming
games like
sims
they're
are
great.
just like the
It's
one.
just chill, man. Yeah.
Um,
And then before we move on, I feel like I do have to touch on FIFA. I don't call this FIFA. Like we've never called this game FIFA. We call this clubs. Get on clubs.
yeah,
Get on clubs.
pro
We are
clubs.
playing pro clubs. FIFA 15 and 16 are the ones I put in the most time with, because that's the ones that we played. So well over 100 hours here and there.
Yep.
And then they dropped down because I got pissed and I stopped playing. And then I stopped playing altogether because I was playing the game to get mad.
Yep.
And went from clubs like, all right, guys, time to get mad, and we would know exactly what we're doing, and we would hop on, play clubs. And yeah, that's where there's so many hours. I never really played like career mode at all. I think I did that for EAFC 24 because I wanted to do like a football manager type thing, but I didn't have football manager. And someone said the pro
Oh, so
club,
you like the Sims, like simming
yeah, they
games and
had like
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't really have that like readily available for me at the time. So I was like, you know what? I think they said like the career mode for manager and FC 24 was pretty good. So I logged in some hours on that. But yeah, as all clubs, I hate FIFA. Um,
Yep.
just hate it.
You
And then
dropped off around the
yeah,
same time I did. I think I dropped
yeah.
off like 18,
I
19.
yeah, I started at 15. I mean, I might have played like FIFA '09 with yeah, I did with Wayne Rooney on the cover.
Yep.
But yeah, after that, I think I played just mainly clubs, and then once I stopped giving a fuck about being mad, I just stopped playing,
It,
stopped
it, it
wasting my money.
talk about rage bait. Um,
Yeah.
oh, we're down to the next page. So
Yep.
it's probably has it chopped off the Final Fantasies? It probably has,
No, I
right?
think
Are they all
let's see,
there?
7, 8, 9. There might be like one or two that are missing, but it's fine. We can talk about it. Yeah, Final Fantasies, man. These are like my JRPGs, man. I love the Final Fantasy series. They're amazing games. We're talking about standouts. Obviously, standout for me is Final Fantasy 7. I love Final Fantasy 7. I love Cloud. I love the storyline. I remember playing this on the PlayStation 1 like as a 10-year-old, not knowing what the fuck I was doing, and then replaying it again when I was like 13 back on the PS2. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. And then obviously the remakes that came out, great.
Yep.
Final Fantasy, literally every Final Fantasy I've played besides 13 and 13-2 and Lightning Returns, which we'll get, there's just like a spinoff. Those are the ones I'm a little down on because they're not my favorite, but like all those Final Fantasies you see there, it's just Final Fantasy. If you played Final Fantasy, you know.
You know what it is, yeah.
Right now, yeah, I would say probably my sleeper favorite. I love Final Fantasy 15. The second to last one on the page. That's one of my. I remember getting that game, playing it, and enjoying. I loved fishing. I fished a lot in that game. I was mainly fit. Like at the end of it, they're like, all right, it's the end of the game. You can't go back. And I'm like, I want to fish for about 3 more hours before I go. I got to catch the biggest fish. And I mean, it was proper fishing. It wasn't like cast today and you reel it in. It's like no, like reeling in traps. I put way too many hours in fishing. And then I'm right now currently I am playing as of today. I am playing Final Fantasy 16. Finally got
Wow.
around to playing that. So
He's got
about
there.
18 hours in. Yeah.
Page 2. Um, oh yeah, so it did cut them off just perfectly.
Yeah,
A bunch of Fire Emblems. I've never played the Fire Emblems. It's not been my type of game,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
definitely I know. that they're good games.
I love
Like
them.
it doesn't
They're
you don't
great
have to
strategy
like
games.
the story to appreciate that they are fantastically made games.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's the strategy element of it. Anime asks from a guy who loves anime, very anime storytelling. My first Fire Emblem was Fire Emblem Awakening. I love the idea of playing a game, falling in love with the characters, and just replaying. Like, there's a lot of replayability and kind of going back in this sense, like in this game, just like in Conception, which is kind of where I want it. The reason why I started playing Conception is because this game has like a marriage mechanic in it where like if you pair up your allies around enough each other, eventually they'll get married. And when you have their conversation, they will eventually have a kid. But in Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates, um, there's like a time travel aspect. So you can recruit their child when they have like their stats from their mother and their father character and they can mix them together. And it's a really fun mechanic to mess around with and play out because you can plan out how you want these characters. And the kids are always the most broken fucking characters in the game because they have both their parents' abilities. But it's like they're just I love the mechanic. I actually really love the storyline for Fire Emblem Awakening specifically. One of my favorite characters in all of media is Lucina, which is one of the main characters in that game. And for a guy who is very much like I like most of my favorite characters are male. The fact that this female character had such a lasting impact on me was just like kind of speaks to me as a gamer. Like that's good writing for me because I'm just like, damn, fell in love with that character. But yeah, Fire Emblems, they're great games. If you don't like strategy and stuff like that, probably not your jam. But if you do, or you've ever wanted to try one, great dropping in point is probably Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is the last one. Probably the most recognizable, the least super strategy heavy, but probably has the best story, and you can kind of play how you want.
Yeah. Football Manager we kind of touched on. There's
Yep.
not much to say about those. They're generally just more number crunching simulators than football
Mhm.
simulators, which has always driven me away from them. But
Yeah.
it's got a following.
Yeah.
And then we're on to the Forzas. I mean, it's just
They're-
pinnacle racing, I guess. It
It's the best. It's by far the best racing games that there are out there. I'll literally, unless you are talking about strictly like technical racing aspect, like stick to your Gran Turismos, I guess,
Yeah, because
or
that's a
your original
simulator, right?
Forzas.
Gran Turismo has always
Yeah,
been
it's
a
a
simulator.
simulator. Yeah, and Forza Horizons, the season, it's just a fun racer game, man. My favorite is Forza Horizon 2. That's the one I logged in the most hours in. Um, that I love Forza Horizon 2. I fell in love with Forza Horizon because of this game. And I think it's cool, like as we'll see as time goes on, specifically with these newer iterations, it's just sequential games in the timeline. The hours amount played drastically drop because when you have a perfect game like Forza Horizon,
Yep.
um, and it's that you don't change the formula. There's no reason to go fuck around with the formula. Forza Horizon is great racing, great music in a different area. You played one, you played them all, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, if I were to say like the best one that's ever been made is obviously five because it's the newest one. But like Forza Horizon 2 is my personal favorite. But I think I like for a game, I think I spent $100 on Forza Horizon 5. I maybe put like 35 hours in it compared to Forza Horizon 2, where I put well over 110 hours in it. So it just
It's
goes
always
to
the one
show,
that captures you. It's always the
yeah, it's the
first one
one
that
that
captures
captures you
you,
the
and then
most. Mhm.
you play it when you get the itch. That's it.
It's yeah,
You go back to it because you know you have it, and that's
it's a cool perspective to see, in my opinion. I think it's really cool.
there's a lot of these that I haven't played, including we're on to H now. So, oh well, we kind of missed out on
Mhm.
Friday the 13th. I know a lot of people still
Fun
play
game.
that. Frogger is just Frogger. Like Gears, I don't play because I didn't hit the Xbox in time.
Mhm.
I came at the Modern Warfare 2 era, so it's similar to Luke. It was coming on and playing Modern Warfare 2. It's like, yeah, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
play anything else on my Xbox other than Modern Warfare 2. Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima, I
Yep.
am still yet to play. I need to play it because I want to play Ghost of Yotai. GTAs are just GTAs. I mean, have you got any like exponential like hard
Yeah,
feelings
GTA
about
5.
GTAs? It's just
Oh yeah, GTA 5 is my most played game of all time. I
yeah,
didn't realize it either. Like the online aspect of it, like these are the things where I would talk about like long nights with the boys. We would probably every night We would play like our own game. We'd hop in a couple multiplayer games, get mad at clubs, and then we would get on GTA and kill kids, as we would say. And that's what we. I mean that, and that's what we did. I mean, we did that pretty much daily for probably about a 2 year period.
Yeah.
No lie, no lie. And like it's GTA. Even the story modes for 4 and 5, they're great stories. They're fun. If you've played a GTA, they're fun. GTA 5 is obviously the best one. For all around. But yeah, it's GTA. Like if you've never played a GTA, like do yourself a favor, get off your high horse and fucking play GTA. Sorry,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to be a jerk when I say it, but like GTA, it's GTA. If as long as you're not like 13 years old or 10, like you're 16, go play GTA. All right.
Well, I think everyone does. I don't think there is
Yeah,
a single gamer on this planet that hasn't played at least at
I know.
some form of GTA.
Exactly.
I personally don't really play them, but I did
Yeah.
play San Andreas, so it's like
There you go.
I'm an old school GTA player, but I never it never really bothered me as such. Like I just couldn't
Yeah.
like get along with it. Grid 2, I've played Grid. Again,
Yeah.
just a very nice
Racing.
arcadey on the track. It was
Yeah.
all on the track, I believe.
Yeah.
Guacamelee, I'm assuming is just I don't
That's
know
a free
what that
game.
is. Free game,
Free
cool.
game.
Then you hit the Guitar Heroes. I played every
Sir.
single one of the Guitar Heroes up to Guitar Hero 3, yeah, I believe, or
Okay.
4. Um,
Mhm.
you've got Guitar Hero 3, yeah, Legends of Rock, yeah. You've got World Tour and Guitar Hero 5. I suppose nothing changed. They didn't need to
Yeah.
change
Nothing
anything.
changed.
It's just you
I
pay
will.
for songs. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a perfect system. I would say specifically, really fell in love with World Tour and 5 because I wanted Rock Band. Right? And Rock Band, I don't know why I never played Rock Band for so long. It took me a while to get to Rock Band, but I remember World Tour is the one that had the drums. Guitar Hero 5 also had the drums. But yeah, like Jake said, you're just playing for songs. But I put a fuck ton of hours in those games. Those were the games where I would hop on. I remember we'll get to it when we get to Rock Band. I'll talk about Rock Band for a little bit longer. But yeah, music genre games. I love music games. I love the tap rhythm games. I like music. Obviously, I like Guitar Hero. Kind of a perfect match made in heaven.
I'll read off this page because
Go ahead.
well, obviously we played It Takes Two together, but I haven't really
Yep.
played any of the others, barring what you might think is a weird one. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. I played that. So going across the list, and then I'll let Luke pick out. We've got the Harvest Moon series, Hearts
Mhm,
of Iron 4.
mhm.
Hitman, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, I have played Hogwarts Legacy. Horizon Zero Dawn is on my list to play. I like all the Horizons. In Silence, Injustice 2, It Takes Two, Jack 3, and then Jack and Daxter, and then Jack 2, Jump Force, Just Cause 2, Just Cause 3, Just Cause 4, and then the Pro Surfer. So, like, what sits out for you on here? Like, I'm intrigued to actually hear your thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. Barring the
Yeah.
whole controversy aside, just playing it as a game. I quite
Yeah.
enjoyed it, especially as a person that has seen the Harry Potter movies but is not in depth and do not really like. It's not the be all and end all that it didn't follow the script. That it didn't really have a script anyway because it's its own standalone game. I thought the gameplay was really cool. I enjoyed the open aspect of it where I could just walk around and then if I come up against a fucking level 40 spider when I'm level 12, which I did, um, yeah, I got my ass handed to me. It was fun.
Yeah. So to kind of go on to Hogwarts, since you mentioned it, I enjoyed Hogwarts for what I played. Played of it. I did not beat it because I got it on Steam, and my computer just can't handle like modern games as much anymore. Also, I feel like a lot of games have Steam has terrible support for a lot of games that are quote unquote meant to be played on console. Because they probably needed an update or so. All my friends were playing it on console; they had no issues. I had a lot of performance issues, which took a lot away from my enjoyment of the game, which is why I inevitably moved on to another game. So it's free on PlayStation. I have it added to my library. I will go back to it, but for like the 13 hours or so I played of it, really enjoyed the gameplay, enjoyed the story. I really like the puzzle side of things. I will say I really hated fucking going Lumia to see everything. That was kind of fucking stupid
Yeah,
all the time.
it
That was a
gets
little
very
annoying.
repetitive a bit quickly, to be
It
honest,
got a little bit
and
repetitive, but
it forces you to
yeah.
just carry on with the story because you start getting bored.
Huh? Yeah, no, for sure. And then like covering the games that you listed, I'll touch on Harvest Moon because those are very near and dear to my heart. I like the farming games, man. I like chill games. Like that's what Harvest Moon is. You're chill. It's farmer. You live your farming life. You plan out your day. You go out there. You water your crops. You milk your cows. You get your eggs from your chicken. You go check in with the town folks. You find yourself a wife one day. You go to the mines when it's cold outside. They're just fun games. Quick shout out to Save the Homeland. Awesome story about saving your world. You only got 3 years to do it. If you don't do it, you lose. Super fun. Um, Injustice 2, one of my favorite fighting games. I love it so much. The Jack and Dexter games, PS2 exclusive. So you play one, you play two, you play three. Kind of
Yep.
like this, kind of how it is. The Just Cause came in on Just Cause 3. Just Cause 2 played it at a friend's house. Just Cause 3 came out, played that game, beat it, loved it. Put in 10 hours in Just Cause 4 because it was just more Just Cause. And you play one Just Cause, you played them all. The story's nothing to write home about. But going on to Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, it was not Tony Hawk Pro Skater, tell you that. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed having a fun surfing game. As someone at the time when I was playing, I did not know how to surf yet. I was still learning. But I really enjoyed the game for what it was. And I was actually shocked to see when I typed in Kelly Slater Pro Surfer that there was never another one made.
No, no, yeah, that
Um,
was it. Yeah.
yeah, that was it. So I was like, shit. I guess like, all right, I guess that was it. I was like, what? Maybe it was the first one or the third one. I can't remember. Nope, there was just one Kelly Slater Pro Surfer. But I have vivid memories of playing it for sure. Oh lord.
Oh Lord, yeah. It was for the listeners. I've just scrolled down the page. So we've got Kingdom Hearts series, LA Noir, which I watched. I've never played. Amazing game. I love the whole gangster style,
Mhm,
investigation stuff. Left 4 Dead 2, amazing. Only if you play it customs though.
mhm.
I miss playing custom games with Craig. What is that? Life is Strange
Life is
remastered.
strange.
Um,
Mhm.
Lightning Returns. Oh, that's another Final Fantasy that's just come under L.
Yeah, that's a sequel. Yeah,
And then a whole bunch of Maddens, and then
yeah.
Mario Kart. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts, right? Like it's
Yeah,
everyone's
I get.
beloved series.
Yeah,
Everyone waits for this.
it's an amazing game series. There's a reason why people love it. Specifically, I will say a little story about Kingdom Hearts really quick because I thought it was really cool to touch on. I played one, beat one. I had not physically played Kingdom Hearts 2 until the remaster came out on the PS4 back in the day. I've watched it. I've watched my friends play it start to finish, but I don't know. I guess my mom never bought it for me, and then since it was such a beloved game, you could never find it. It was never
Yep.
available to rent. It was never in the game stores. There was no digital platform, so unless you what's the word, emulated it back in the day, like you had to wait for a proper port or remaster, and we did not get that till I was in college. So when that came out, I played the remasters of 1 and 2, great games, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a great game. 2 is the best one. Just I want to point that out for everyone who's there. 2 is the best one. 1 is also as nostalgic as heck. Kingdom Hearts 3 is weak world wise, but story wise, gave me everything I wanted. LA Noir, like you said, great storyline. The theme was really cool. I liked how innovative it was in a sense, like having to like read the people's facial features and stuff like that. But the storylines and the cases were really fun. Left 4 Dead 2, a fun team player game. Life is Strange made me cry. I will say that. Great story. Very beautiful, beautiful story about um choosing first what basically the be all end all choice that kind of fucked with me in this game. And I know I feel like I'm talking about like specific games for too long, but I feel like Life is Strange is kind of important. Um, it's this character falls in love with a character, and she's basically the entire game. She's trying to keep this character from dying. And she rewinds time. She can kind of go back in time and stop her from dying. But ultimately, she's supposed to die and she has
Okay.
to battle with that. And you have to make a choice at the end of the game of whether you want this character to die, this girl's like love, or the world to be destroyed. And me, I was selfish. I was selfish. I said she is getting the love of her life. Fuck the world. And I did that. And I won't lie, I felt so guilty. I was like, shit, man, I just killed all these people. I just was selfish. And then I picked the other ending and I cried because I'm like, damn, this was the obviously the right decision was not to sacrifice the world for your one person, but it was really beautifully done. It made me really emotional playing that game. So I really loved it. It's a really great game. Madden is Madden, dude. It's football.
Yeah.
I played every single one every year on rotation. Probably put in 100 hours in each. Franchise mode is still a thing I play to this day. Like every single Madden on the list, it goes down a little bit from time. I will say probably the most recent Madden I put the most time in was Madden 18. I think it had a really good franchise mode. But besides that, it's just football. I like football. I'm American. I made the Eagles
It's
win
the only
every
game.
Super Bowl every
Well,
year,
barring
and that's
college football now, it's
yeah,
it was the only game that you could play American football on. It's
yeah,
the same
it
with
was great.
FIFA,
And
right?
so
It's the I
mhm.
suppose you could. What's the other one?
No one played Pez.
Pro
No one played fucking
Pez.
Pez. Shut up.
Yeah, no, nah.
And then Mario Kart's Mario Kart. Like I
Yeah,
have memories of DS playing that on the bus with everyone, and then obviously Mario Mario Kart 8 is a fun one because I play it with you guys.
yeah.
And I see Mario Party Superstars, which Mario Party. Let's go.
Oh, I wasn't expecting Spider-Man here, but I suppose it is Marvel. It's
Marvel
Marvel
Spider Man, right?
Spider-Man. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's gonna be an
Yeah.
S. What's this doing up
Hmm.
here?
Hmm.
Amazing games. Same
Yeah.
with Batman. Combat is insanely good, insanely fluid.
Yep.
Like it feels great to play, and it these games like Batman and
Mhm.
Spider-Man do a really good job in like immersing the player, so you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what's going on around me when I'm just beating up bad guys, man.
Yeah, you
They're
feel like
fantastically
Spider-Man,
made
you
games.
feel and you feel like Batman. Yeah, I like it literally is. I still think I hold the Arkham series a little bit higher than Spider-Man when it comes to superhero games. That being said, they feel great. The storyline's great. I beat Spider-Man 2 this year. It was a lot of fun. The first Spider-Man was great as well. Yeah, Spider-Man's awesome.
Yeah, it, you can't touch it really. Looking on the along the list, Massive Chalice never played.
Free
Max
game.
Curse of the Brotherhood, but again, not
Free.
played. The Phantom Pain, free.
I loved it. Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, great game for people. I never beat it. I was my first Metal Gear, didn't really fall in love with it.
Metaphor, I've never
Sorry.
played.
Awesome game. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Literally, bro. Metaphor. I've got it for Christmas this year. It's a JRPG done by the Persona team. Oh my god. And it's they got the best music soundtrack of all time. It's so much fun. The characters are amazing. The story's a 10 out of 10. It's damn near a perfect 10 game for me. Like it's not quite there. I don't hold it like above any of the personas, but like if someone said they enjoyed this more than like the Persona series, I would not be upset with them. But it's an amazing game.
The next two, Shadow of Mordor, a fantastic game in my opinion. I love
Yes.
that.
Great game.
And then
Hmm.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This game, I think if you had a PSP or a PlayStation, like I had it only on PSP, I put so many hours into this game. How many did you do? 32? Oh, I'm on like 400 because that's the only thing I played on my PSP.
Fair.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It filled the Need for Speed Underground vibes
Mhm.
for me. The full on
Yeah.
customization, the spinners on the cars.
Mhm.
You could pull up in just a really old banger, but you've souped up the engine. That's what I like to used to do on these. Like, you come up against like all these like really supercars, and then I'd have like a Toyota Corolla with a 4-stroke 7-cylinder 8-cylinder
Mhm.
behemoth that would just fly off the line. Um, and then you've got Minecraft, which everyone has a Minecraft phase. I don't care who you are. If you play
Everyone
games,
has one.
you will have one for at least 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Slugfest Loaded. I'm not a baseball fan.
This one is fun because you get to beat up each other.
Okay,
So
right.
like
I'm
it's the
down.
one where you
Sign me up.
it's the one where the ball catches on fire. Like if you beam someone, you can go punch them and fight them in the outfield. Fun time. Fun time. Only baseball game I've ever played.
Monster Hunters are great with friends. A bit boring on your own. The
Yeah.
it's the story of a Monster Hunter playthrough, but I get that there's a big fan base for them, a massive fan base.
Yeah.
I've never really divulged the time into,
Yeah.
invested the time into Monster Hunter. Mortal Kombat, I've never played personally, but that's because I don't really play the fighting games.
Yep.
I watch them
Fair.
sometimes. It's fun to watch, but I've never really
Mhm.
played them.
I've only
What's
played
that?
3, so
Oh, is that MX? Oh,
MX,
MX
yeah,
versus
versus
ATV. I
ATV.
played MX Unleashed
Mhm.
before they brought the ATVs in because I was very high
Okay.
up on motocross. I fucking love motocross. I had bikes as a kid. I didn't like buggies, so when they brought the buggies in, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out. Bye. Um, and I'm assuming my time Portia in
It's
Portia
very
is
yep,
free.
yep. A free farming game. I enjoyed it, but I didn't beat it. I put like 13 hours in it.
Cool. Okay, we're breaking into the second half. We're into N and Naruto. Now I know these
Naruto.
games are controversial in some aspects. Some people love them, some people hate them. I've never played them.
Yeah, I don't. I want to know who doesn't, who thinks these games are controversial. They might be controversial in the sense that they're not really like your traditional fighting games. They're arena fighters. The fighting game community, for some reason, has an issue with arena fighters. The Naruto Storm series and Naruto Ultimate Ninja games are fun games, man. They're great games. Again, like Dragon Ball Z, you feel like you're a part of the show, and that's all you can ask for in an anime fighter. You want to be immersed in the show. I played pretty much every Naruto fighting game that has come out. Unlike Dragon Ball Z, they weren't as frequent. So there was always a couple years gap between each and every one of them. And then just the best one by far, definitely Naruto Ninja Storm 4, the newest one, as like most of these fighting games are. Amazing, amazing game. Story mode's great, fighting's great. There's the most characters. Couldn't ask for more. I will say, quick shout out to Naruto Ninja Storm 2. That was one of my favorite ones personally. I like there was fun little side activities that you can do in that one. You can run up a tree and as fun little mini games. I like that one because it had mini games. The other ones didn't really have mini games quite in there. But it's a fighting Naruto game. There really isn't much to talk about other than I like Naruto. I like fighting games. And like I
It's for
said,
you.
my child playthrough was if I was not playing a Madden or a 2K or a wrestling game, I was playing Dragon Ball or Naruto, I was playing Pokemon, and I was playing some random RPG. That was kind of
Yep.
my playthrough as a kid. Every time there was a new one, I got it. No questions asked.
And the quick shout out to NASCAR Thunder, I guess. And
Played
then
that with my dad. Yep. Played that
and
with my
then
dad. That one's
well onto the
special to me.
NBAs,
Mhm.
which again, like every other sports game, it doesn't really need chatting about. Really, it's the
Yeah.
no one really cares like
Yeah.
how much you
I mean,
play.
I'm
It's just
Yeah, you
it's a
just
time sink.
play it. I mean, yeah, for me, like I think for me, I want to set the preface straight with these sports games, and when we get into other ones, because we're gonna get to a big one when we get to the W's. Um, I like simulating games. I like being in control of my franchise. I like your franchise mode. NBA, I like my GM mode. NBA game I played the most, I probably played the most of 2K17 because I played GM mode a lot, but I also played online with my friends a lot on that one, so I sunk the most hours into that one. But the games like a lot, like I think Jake, if you want to hover, I think hover over 2K19 for me real quick.
Yeah,
How many hours
109
it
hours.
says? Yeah, that's
109,
just from
45.
GM.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
and then I got bored of it.
2022. Yeah,
Yeah, that
130
was the
for
last one.
2022.
I got bored of it because it's the same rinse and repeat. But like, yeah, I like simulator games. Every time I don't play the career, I play the career mode a little bit, and then most of the time I just go back to the franchise manager mode, GM mode, where I'm just controlling the league. I'm drafting players. I'm making trades. I'm trying to take my favorite team to the best, make them the best. And those, like you said, they're time sinkers, man. You get through a season in like 12 hours, and if you play 10 seasons in the annual cycle, you get over 100 hours, and that's just how sports games are. And that's how I play my sport. I do not play online. I'm not an online player. I
Yeah.
just stake to myself, single player simulator mode.
I'm gutted you've only ever played Need for Speed Rivals. Um,
I
I
just
feel like oh man, I
I
feel like you
never
missed an
got into
era
it.
when it was
I
Need for
never
Speed
got
Carbon.
into it.
Need for Speed
Yeah.
Carbon was my jam, and I
I
probably can't recommend you to go back because the graphics will throw you off because the graphics were so bad. But
yeah.
like, I think it was the first game, racing game where it introduced like pink slips, and you'd be
Mhm.
racing down like Japanese mountains. Oh man, the hours I spent on that. Ugh. I do love the Need for Speed series. I played up until Hot Pursuit, I believe, and then
Okay.
fell off a little bit. Fun fact: one of my friends, Matty, he did the graphics for was it what's the newest one? Unrivaled Rivals. But I can't remember
Unrivaled?
the
I think
great
so. Unrivaled? I don't can't remember.
Unrivaled. Yeah,
Whatever the
it's got
newest one.
the green one, the green graphics.
Mhm.
He did those.
It's cool.
Nintendogs did so.
Yes.
This one, did you actually pick the Dalmatian? Yeah, or is this just a cover art?
I did not pick the Dalmatian. I picked a little lab because I had a little
I
lab
picked
at
the lab
home.
as well. I picked the gold
Yep.
lab. Everyone had it, but you have to ask them what they started with because I'm pretty sure the only
Yep.
difference between it was what dog you started with. Um,
Yep.
No Man's Sky. I came
Biggest
back to it when it was
disappointment ever.
fixed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Biggest disappointment.
I came back to it when it was fixed, so I never have any bad inputs of it. I know it was similar to Cyberpunk when it first launched. It was
Mhm.
just absolute garbage. Operation
Disappointment.
Flashpoint, I did want as a kid, but never played.
Fun game. Fun. Very, very like Arma and traditional, very realistic shooter.
Yeah,
I didn't play a whole lot of it. I think this is one of the ones where they finally announced backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. My friend Hunter said that he loved playing this as a game. I was his buddy where we liked playing shooter games where there was a task. I said I will
yeah.
play any shooter game that you want as long as it's not a team deathmatch kind of shooter. Like I can pop up in a point and stuff like that. I can do that. I'll do that with you guys. And we did that for he's like it was one of my favorites. We played it for like an evening one night for like 6 hours, beat the story mode, and then never came back to it.
Um, any comments on Overwatch and Power World? It's just
Overwatch, didn't give up. I played like a couple rounds with some friends. Again, not a shooter guy, so obviously I'm not going to enjoy it. Power World was fun for the fad that it was. I think half of the hours I did had were because I played with Nick for literally like half a fucking day. But it was fun to play. It's very much like Ark in the sense it's a survival game, but instead of dinosaurs, it's pals. It's like it was just kind of cool seeing like, yeah, they really fucking copy Pokemon on this one, but it's kind of funny. And it was a lot of fun. And now they got their asses sued and everything's been changed. So there's no
um,
reason for me to ever go back to it.
and then I suppose we would eventually get there. We're on to the land of personas. Oof,
Personas and Pokemons. Yeah, we got P
jeez.
fucked us on this one. So
Yeah.
quickly to just touch on the Persona series. I think the Persona series, specifically Persona 3 through 3, 4, and 5, are amazing games. These are your long JRPGs. I mean, Jake, if you scroll up to P5R, Persona 5 Royal, I think that's the one 100, I mean,
I mean, you've
140 hours, I
I'm
think.
just yeah,
Yeah,
140, the one before it, 107,
yeah.
81, 18 in that one, 78 in that
That
one.
one's
So
like,
yeah,
yeah.
you're averaging around like 80 hours across the series per
Yeah,
game.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, and I'm playing these games like I'm never coming back to them. I'm not replaying them. I very much enjoy Persona for what it is. Once I'm finished with it, I've had the experience. I usually don't go back because I try to 100% everything on the first one because they're a 100-hour journey. They are amazing games. The gameplay is amazing. That's what I'm talking about. They're very stylized. The music's amazing. The characters are amazing. It's a series I came to very late. Like I came to that series probably when in like 2017, like when I was like well out of college. I was living at home with my mom. Funnily enough, the cool story about it. I tell you how I got into Persona. The voice actress for Lucina, like one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters we talked about, she's in Persona 4 Golding, and I heard her voice. I'm like, oh my god, that's Lucina's voice. I need to know what game this is. And I like saw the game and I watched some guy play it. I'm like, I am absolutely in love because I love anime. This is very anime esque type of game. This is a gameplay. You have to manage your day. Like you're literally you're a high schooler during the day, and then in the afternoon you're making friends, you're having fun, going on dates, and then a couple times you're going to dungeons and killing monsters and solving mysteries. Man, it's a fun fucking game. It's very stylized. I if anyone were to try a JRPG, you cannot go wrong with playing either Persona 3, 4, or 5.
Yep.
And I'll leave it at that. You can't go wrong with
One of my favorite series is from Luke. I need to touch on these. These Ace Attorney ones, man. Oh my god! If you ever watched Luke when he was streaming, these were my jam. I loved it. I wish that you'd streamed on YouTube because they were still there. Because I would go back to this day to watch them. I have never.
it.
I would have never picked it up, and I probably would never have played it. But watching someone else play it, these are one of those games where it's like watching Luke play it, like, gave me the joy that the game should have done if I would have played it myself. Um, that being said, I would have never bought it, and I'm glad that I
Yeah.
got to see. I'm glad that I got to see the story through Luke's eyes.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun games, man. The Ace Attorney games in general. They're very they're very they're like the game category is visual novel. There's a lot of text on a screen. You're solving a case. You're basically a lawyer. You're doing investigations, finding which one. The one that Jake did, I did the Great Ace Attorney, which was kind of like more. That one was more like story driven. Like yeah, there was a courtroom aspect of things, but very mystery focused on it. But I played all the main Ace Attorney games. Never thought I would have gotten into it. Honestly, it was really kind of funny to think about. I never thought I would get into them. I played a demo for Dual Destiny on the 3DS when they first started doing demos for games. And I played the demo. You do the first case in the demo, and I fell in fucking love, dude. And then I played that one, which was like the newest one at the time. Went back and played all the older ones. Found them at GameStop. And then, but if there was a new Ace Attorney that came out, I played it and I enjoyed it for what it was. And then I'll just touch on Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah,
Those are
I
probably
was
my
gonna say you've
th-
got some good hours
those are
in there.
those are fun games, man. Like take the I don't like shooters aspect. I'm not shooting shit. I'm a fucking plant eating other plants. It's a lot of fun. And I'll leave it at that. We played that a lot with the boys. That was a boys game
I
right
think
there.
everyone's played that. Then we're on to the long list of Pokemon now.
We don't
I
need to talk
mean,
about it.
we don't even need to talk about it. I'm just gonna hover over to Vegeta. 450 450
Which
hours in
one is
Black and
that?
White
Black
2.
and white. Mhm.
Um, I'm just looking at yeah, it's always around. You'll always have 300 hours in Emerald is pretty good. You'll always have around 40 hours, 315 in Alpha Sapphire, just because that's the storyline, the 30-hour mark.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I'm just scooting through to see what is your most played, and it looks like it is Black and White 2 at 450.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
others coming in close at 200, 300 hours. But that's just because, I mean, we play them online, we shiny hunt. It's
Yeah.
been the source of content creation for since I
Yeah.
know our channels began.
Yeah, I mean, I like to touch on it. Like the reason why Black and White 2 is probably my highest one was this is before I even knew Jake and them. I was really into competitive Pokemon and Black and White. Like I anytime we talk about Pokemon when we were first playing, it's like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played Pokemon hardcore since the Black and White 2 era. Like those are the ones where I was EV training manually, so that's why I clocked in so many hours. Um Honestly, so many of them. They're just great games. I anyone that has more than 300 over 100 hours in it are those ones that I played online, shiny hunted, or I played competitively. But yeah, Black and White 2, I know vividly. I remember my Emerald clocked out at 999, but I don't think I put 1,000 hours into it. I literally think the battery just died in it, the clock battery, and it just set to
Yeah, yeah.
999 on accident. So I like I first I know that one had 999, but I knew in my heart of hearts I definitely did not play that game for 1,000 hours. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I know I played it a lot. I know I played it a lot, but I did not. I don't think I'd be lying to myself if I think I played it for 1,000 hours.
And so yeah, Pokemon's Pokemon. We've got plenty of episodes on Pokemon if you want to hear our opinions on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Uh,
can, yeah, yeah.
Professor Layton's, and then I've noticed there's a Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. I didn't know that
Hell
existed.
yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's how I found Professor Layton, bro. Because I saw Ace Attorney and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting this game. And then I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm doing puzzles now. Like Professor Layton's fun, dude. But those games are like brain teasers. Like there's a lot of puzzles, riddles, stuff like that. There's a fun storyline with it. And yeah, I fell in love with and there weren't that many of them that like came out because it wasn't really a popular series, but when it came out, with the Ace Attorney one, I was like, oh god, it's a new Ace Attorney game. I don't know who the fuck Professor Layton is or whatever the fuck this shit is, but let me get it because I see Phoenix Wright just standing there on the cover. And then I really enjoyed the way they meshed the game together really well, and I fell in love with the puzzle solving aspect of it, and then the trial aspect of the Ace Attorney stuff. And then so from there, I just said, well, what are the best Professor Layton games? I saw them up there, went to GameStop, got them, and played them all, and they were fun.
Yeah. Then if they tickle your pickle, Rare Replay. I'm assuming that's a free game. I've never heard of that.
Rare Replay is every single Rare game made.
Okay.
Like the con like the game company that made Banjo-Kazooie, all that stuff. I got
Oh,
it.
okay.
It was not free. It was not free. I think I paid $30, but it had like 300 games in there, and it had like 30,000 gamer score. I was like, I'm gonna play this to rack up some gamer score. Did I? No, but hey,
No.
it's the stuff that counts.
Uh, Ratchet and Clank and Rayman.
Yep.
It obviously originated on the PS1. I think most players,
Mhm.
when they played the PS1, will have played that. To see them in their full glory is always fun to have.
Fun.
Um,
Mhm.
What's that?
I don't know what
Generations of
that.
War? Don't have a clue.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that was a Steam game. I'm trying to remember it now. I think it was. I was looking for a Fire Emblem game on the PC that kind of played like Fire Emblem. This was recommended to me. It was $5 on sale. It was not like Fire Emblem. I tried playing 5 hours of it to get my money into it, and it wasn't worth it. And but I still got over 2 hours on it, so I had to log it in.
it's on the list. Red Dead's.
Yep,
I mean,
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
They're great
Done.
games. 10 out of 10 games. Red Dead Redemption's awesome. Red Dead Redemption 2 is so was like one of the best stories I've ever played in a game. I love to tell the story about Red Dead 2. In the beginning of the game, you get a horse. I never changed my horse. Never. Never did it once. I kept the same fucking horse from the very beginning. And spoiler alert, you can skip ahead 30 seconds, but when that horse died, I cried. When they shot my fucking horse at the end of that fucking game, I cried. I was upset because he put his horse down. So because he went over to, he said, "Thank you, thank you." I'm like, oh my fucking heart. Oh my god.
I'm going.
Like they killed my horse, and guy put my horse down. He's telling him thank you because it resonated with me. Like I know, like people are like, why did it resonate so much with you? But like you just like we talked about like with Arthur Morgan, like the character himself is such an awesome, really good, well written character, and then you keep your horse with you the entire time. You don't switch him out. That's your fucking horse for 70 fucking
It's your pet.
hours, dude.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same as
and
having a
they
dog or whatever.
yeah, it fucking hurt. I'm like, "Oh my god." My horse, I was mad. But yeah, like that, like when games get me like that I'm crying, like I'm shedding a tear over a fucking horse that I spent 70 hours with. Like they've done a great fucking job. That's a masterpiece of the game. Enough
I
said.
will tag these Tomb Raiders together because one is
Yeah,
begins with R and one begins with S. Rise of
yes.
the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I've played them both. I think they're absolutely fantastic. You know, like
Yeah.
puzzles are fantastic. I wasn't a big fan of like when they tried to go like semi-open world. Um,
Yeah, I will say just to touch on the three Tomb Raiders because there's it's further down is the first
yeah,
Raider remake. My favorite one is Rise of the Tomb Raider out of the three the
mine
trilogy.
too.
I thought
Yeah.
it was just the story was really cool. I like the snowy aspect of it. I really enjoyed playing as Laura Croft. I like the story the most out of that one, and I played that one probably the most. I replayed that one a lot. Like I kept going into that world and finding things to do and like little Easter eggs and stuff like that in that one. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out for that,
Um, Rock bands,
bro.
I guess. It's just Rock Band. It's
Bro,
the same as Guitar
I
Hero.
I will say that I probably spent so much money in Rock Band, like Rock Band 4 specifically, 3. Bro, I would get gift cards for the PlayStation Store and I would buy just songs. I would just buy songs. I would buy all the songs, man. Loved it, man. I played so much rock. I played the fuck out of Rock Band 4. Like,
And then we've
it
got
was bad.
Rocket League and Saints Row and Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
uh,
Saints
uh,
Row's like cartoony GTA, fun times, not as good as GTA, Sea of Thieves. One of my more disappointing games. I waited for that game to come out for 3 years. My friends had a really good time with it. They played it a lot more than I did. I just didn't really vibe with it.
yeah, it's fine. It happens with games, unfortunately. Funny, I
Mm.
think Saints Row is actually banned in Australia.
Oh,
Probably it's
interesting.
too out there, whacking people with dildos. Um, crime, Sherlock Holmes. I didn't know he had a game.
or
Uh,
it was like a Telltale kind of game. Like you just follow a story. Yeah, fun time though.
there's another Persona in there, but I imagine that's just it's literally just got portable on it. So I'm assuming that's just
Yeah, the PSP one,
PSP.
first one I played.
And
Yep.
then you haven't got the original Skate on here, Luke.
I didn't play it. I did. I
He's
think I
got
played
Skate
it.
2 and Skate 3, but he hasn't got
There's
Skate.
Skate 2
Ah,
and Skate 3 are better than Skate.
they are. They've consistently made better games, but yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, fantastic games.
yeah.
It's the same as sports games. It's just I don't even remember like many of the challenges. I just remember skating
I
around because
I will specifically say I remember the story for it. I remember 2, it's the first time you're working to get sponsored, and you're getting your
yeah,
sponsorships in 2 to become the best skater. Skate 3 starts off with you get hurt really bad and you lose all your sponsorships, and then you have to build your own skate team, which was a lot of fun. But like you said, it is just skating. But I don't know why I remember their fucking stories, but yeah. But yeah, that's skate, dude. It's the better Tony Hawk.
Soul
Sorry, Tony
Calibur.
Hawk
Never played
fans.
them.
Best fighting game in the world. Love them. My
Okay.
favorite fighting game. Easy, hands down. They're amazing. Soul Calibur 3 and 4 and 5. Soul Calibur 3 and 4 were like my PlayStation 3 rotations. Like those were the ones that I played on my PS2 and PlayStation 3 a lot. Were the Soul Calibur games. They're a lot of fun. Best fighting games. The one of the fighting games I'm actually really good at. Like I'm actually good at Soul Calibur. Like
I
other
think that's
fighting
a
games,
big
I'm like,
decider. If you're good at the
yeah,
game, you'll play a lot, and
yeah, I'm really good at it.
I could
Like I'm
see
not
in the
pro, but
I could see
I can play.
screaming in the corner the little Tekkens coming up, and I was not
Yeah.
good at Tekken. I tell you that for free. I learned the hard way. Spyro's amazing games.
Yeah.
It's pure nostalgia. That's all it is.
Mhm.
The Star Wars Battlefronts are pretty cool. I did like
They're fun.
the EA take on it. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the semi. It was semi like Battlefield, just running around with Jedi's, and
Stormtroopers, yeah.
yeah, it was really cool. Um, I know Stardew Valley is a cult. How you've got 91 hours in it. I think Rachel's got
That's over
like 700.
that's over three devices, by the way. I had it on the Xbox, I had it on the PC, and I have it on the Switch.
Uh,
Crazy.
Story of Seasons again is it looks like another
Harvest Moon spinoff, yep.
yeah. Sunset Overdrive. I can't, it rings a bell, but I've
On
never.
it was an Xbox. It was one of the launch titles for the Xbox One. Fun game. It's very stylized zombie game. You shoot people with soda. It's pretty fun. I'll lie. Had a
We
lot of
don't
fun with
really
it.
need to. Have you got any comments on the Mario's? Like
Yeah,
Odyssey's more story
I
based, right?
well, I mean, I guess the question is, I guess the shock here is I've only played one Mario game. Like I've only played Mario Odyssey. I've never
Yeah.
played a single
And
other
then the rest are
like
just
no,
the parties and the carts,
yeah,
which should
like I've never played a Mario game. I don't care for platformers. Um I just I, I don't even think I beat Odyssey. I think I played it for 5 hours. I just got it because everyone said it's the best Mario. And I'm like, it's just fucking Mario, I guess.
yeah.
Cool.
Ugh.
I just they don't grab me. I just
And
don't
that's
care.
where
Sorry,
all of
people
our
who
audience just goes, "That's it. The DHH is done. It's just Mario. Click off." Uh, Smash. I never played Smash
Yes,
because again, I'm not good at fighting games, so
great
I'm
game,
not going
great
to
game.
put myself through the pain that is Smash. Um,
It's only a fighting game if you make it a fighting game. Like in the sense of like it's a party game. Like at its core, it's a party game with all the items and stuff like that. Now the losers like myself play it with no items on a flat map and make it a real fighter. But in a traditional sense, Mario Smash Bros is a fun party game where you can take your Link, your Pikachu's, and your Mario's and have a brawl, and you can throw Pokeballs at each other. Like that's when Smash is at its funnest. Like
yeah.
when I'm not sweaty and I'm enjoying myself, like we're good.
These next few before Tekken, I've never. So the Tales of series,
just
you've got
yeah,
Horizons, Asteria.
they're just JRPGs. They're great games. They're fun JRPGs. I found them through Steam. A lot of fun. Like Tales of Arise is probably the best Tales. I mean, I've only played two, but Tales of Arise is a critically acclaimed where people for the first time played Tales for the first time and they enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. And then I'll skip over because like Tekken is there's a lot of
Just
Tekken.
Tekken. Yeah, I've
Oh,
only
you've only
played three
played
of them.
3.
Like,
No, that's alright.
yeah, I played Tekken 3 on the PS2, no, PS1. That was one of the fighting games I remember playing a lot. Played Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. I like the story modes for Tekken. I followed the storyline for 7 and 8 and kind of rewatched all the story. I enjoy their story side of things like Mortal Kombat, very much more into the story. I will say just like I am pretty good at Tekken. I just fall off Tekken really easily because it's not my favorite. I really much again prefer Soul Calibur versus Tekken. But I'm also pretty good at Tekken, which is crazy to think about because I'm like not really good at fighting games. But like my friend group, they're always really good at fighting games, and I'm the only one that will consistently smoke them in Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
So let's go.
My friend group are insane at fighting games, so I do not even try. I do not even try. It's not worth it. Um, the Crew, I know was oh, is it the Crew 2? Did they make another one of these? I don't think
Yeah,
they
they've
did.
made 3 of them.
Oh wow.
They're Ubisoft's take on Horizon. It's just not as good as Horizon, and the way they differentiate it is in Crew 2 and the newer Crew, you can do boats, you can do, monster trucks, you can do planes. Um, Made it more, like, even more arcadey than Horizon. I played the first one. I like the concept of it, like it being like, oh, you're a part of a racing crew, but it really just never hit. And the open worldness and the mechan it did, I'll tell you, it did not fucking handle like Horizon. Like it's fucking handled like a Need for Speed. And again, I don't like I don't want to diss on Need for Speed because I haven't played a whole lot of them. But going from Horizon, which while it's not as technical as Forza, it's still a technical esque racing game where it handles very much different than every other racing game. And so
Yeah.
I always felt like the non-Horizon games, they felt slower and clunkier and harder to control versus the Horizons where it just felt like a smooth experience. So
Uh, you've got Elder Scrolls Online. Now, is
played
that
online.
Skyrim or is it online?
It's online. I played Skyrim. I will never play Skyrim again because I got the game on launch because everyone was like, "You gotta play Skyrim. It's like the best game in the entire world." I played 7 hours of that game, and then the save glitch happened and destroyed my progress. And I said, "Fuck
Oh,
that
yeah,
game,"
that's enough to
and
kill anyone off.
I returned it, and I've never gone back. Elder Scrolls Online, it was as again like I was very influenced by the boys, man. Like they were very much like, "Hey, like we're all gonna get this game. It's gonna be a lot of fun." It sounded great, but just like a lot of these games back in the 2013s, 2014s, 2015s, man, it's just a lot of issues. It was hard to get on the server. And when you're first trying to play a game, when you're really hyped up for a game, like if it doesn't work the way you want, and you play other games, it's hard to ask to go back to it. I have one friend that still plays it to this day, but the core group we dropped off like within like trying to get it to work for 2 weeks, and I think they patched it like a couple months later. We're just like, you guys want to
It's
get
not
on?
quick
They're like,
enough.
no. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Skipping over a couple, there's another Eternia in the Trials. Zeldas, I mean, just Zeldas.
I've never
Uh,
played them. I mean, not enough. I've never beaten them. I have never
God,
beaten a Breath of the Wild or
I've
Tears of the
I've never
Kingdom.
beaten them because I don't want to beat them. I get to a point in the story where I don't want it to end.
Yeah,
And then I've just been sat at Calamity Ganon for the longest time. Simpson Hit and Run, absolute
classic.
banger of a classic. I don't know a single person that I've met in the gaming scene that hasn't played Hit and Run and doesn't know what it is. Sims I've never played because it's not my type of like game, I guess. Witcher 3
I
I've
love The
never played
Sims.
as well. And I know I should. I should really, but
You
these are
should.
again, it's a time sink. I'm intrigued to see how many you've put in. Yeah, 103 hours, and I bet that hasn't even touched the surface on what The Witcher
Oh,
can offer.
I'll tell you right now, that's wrong. I don't know why it says 103. It should probably say 10 hours and 30.
Oh, all right,
Because
cool.
yeah, because I'll tell you right now, I've never beaten The Witcher 3. I've tried to play it 5 times. I get to like 10 hours in, and then I'm like, man, this is great, but I just don't want to sync commit to it. And
I,
so I
I
go
think
to
that's a
like, and
problem.
then and then
It's
I go
just
to
so.
Madden or something.
Oh, no.
Then I go to something that's quick and digestible.
Yeah, I can't do a time sync at the moment.
Yeah,
I really can't. The Wolf Among Us, I've actually I saw someone stream it. I can't remember who it might have been Sips or something, but I would have never played it myself. Watched it on stream.
yeah,
That'll tick the box for me. And then we've got the Tom Clancy stuff. Vegas for me was the best one, just because
yeah.
of the nostalgia. I haven't played Siege or Ghost Recon Wildlands or the, any of the other ones, but I know they're really good games. That's all I have to offer on Ghost Recon
Yeah,
and Tom
I
Clancy's.
play I played Siege the most. It was one of those games where cooperative shooter game with the boys. I think, and
Yep.
I hated Siege. I hate Siege. I fucking hate Siege. But I have like 300 hours in the game. Just when you play a game long enough, you learn to hate it.
Yep.
I fucking hate Siege. It's fucking god awful.
Oh, only in gaming would you get a point where you hate the game, but you play it so much, like you
Yeah,
invest so
yeah.
much time into it.
I'm
The
like I'm mad that I have so many hours in it.
it's
Like,
the pro skaters.
yeah,
Go without saying, it's you. Yeah,
it's Tony Hawk.
they didn't have much on them. It's a 20-30 hour game. I never really came back to them. What's this triangle strategy? You've got 46
It's
hours
a
in that.
yeah, JRPG, fun game.
Uncharted collection.
Yep.
I imagine the whole collection is not 48 hours. I imagine you've got more than
It
48
is.
hours in it. Oh, wow.
No, it is. It is. No, the storylines for the Uncharted are like 10, 12 hours. Like they're not that long at all.
Maybe
I
I did
never
too much
played.
exploring.
Yeah, I never really played the Uncharted. I never played the Uncharted games like on the PS3. Again, I thought it was like, oh man, it's a shooter game. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. Da 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 da. Because anytime I see a gun, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna suck at this game. Turns out, it's not super heavy on the shooting, and I could get through it. And then so I played it on the PS4 to make it look pretty, and I enjoyed it. It was a fun time.
Looks like you've just completed Watch Dogs as well. Again, I saw that
Watch
game.
Dogs is so good,
I thought it was good,
so
but I
good. The
don't know if it would tickle my pickle. Um,
first Watch Dogs is amazing.
and we're on to the last
Yeah, we're here.
WXYZ. We've got WWE, which
Mhm.
accumulates the whole screen. Worms, World of Tanks, and then the Yu-Gi-Oh games, and then Zoo Tycoon. Because who doesn't like a bit of Zoo
What?
Tycoon? Like I love like the what are they called? Not the what is it? The theme park ones. What are they called? Oh my god, it's
Roller
escaping my.
coaster, roller
Yeah,
coaster.
Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that shit, man. I love that shit. Even like the
so
Jurassic
fun.
Park, the theme park builders. I I do like those games a lot. Um,
Yeah.
the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, I've never played the games. I just
Mhm.
watched the series. I just watched the anime as a kid. I
Card game.
because I
It's a
could,
card game simulator. It's a
yeah,
fun
I
game.
can't really
Fun
understand the
time.
card game. I don't play card games a lot, so
It's
it doesn't
fair.
really. And then Worms, I played the original on PS1. Didn't
Mhm.
really have anyone to play with, so Worms got very boring for me very quickly.
Very
And then
much. Yeah.
WWE. Now, I think I played one WWE because I borrowed it off a friend, and I'm trying to think
Mhm.
which one it was. It's got to be 15 because I remember
Okay.
playing as either Rey Mysterio or John Cena. And then
Okay.
for some reason that I was playing through the career mode and it put Rey Mysterio up against the Big Show. And
Mhm.
every time I punched him, he wouldn't move. And then I was like, how do I
Yes.
win this? I can't win
Yes.
because he would just stand there, grab me, and slam me down.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I like we have a whole fucking spin-off podcast about wrestling, so it's no surprise that these games are even here. Um, but yeah, no, these are great games. I started off at literally I started getting into WWE around 2007, and I have played literally every single wrestling game that has come out since then. There was never a 2K21, so that's why that's not there. And so yeah, I mean, that literally like I played every single one. Like it's a roster upgrade at the end of the day. They add some new cool story modes. Just like my football games, they have a universe mode where you get to book your matches, make your characters who you want to face. I That's where I don't that like 2K from 2K19. I think if you hover over 2K19 for me, that's
Uh,
the one I think I sunk in the most hours in.
143.
Yeah,
Yeah.
143 hours. Like not even close to anything else. That was prime time. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm currently playing WWE 2K25. Like literally, that's like my like if I have an hour to play a video game, I'm playing that for the hour instead of playing another game because it's quick, digestible, fun times. And then yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is just I like the Yu-Gi-Oh series. You get to replay the duels in the card game format, so I love that. And like Jake said, who doesn't fucking like Zoo Tycoon?
Yeah, Zoo Tycoon is an absolute banger, man. So I suppose the last thing we have is you said that we can quickly do
Yeah,
some stats, and I think it's just this screen is the best screen to just sit on. So your most played
yeah,
game, um, outside of Pokemon, which takes 2, 3, 4, and
yeah,
5, and then Rainbow
yeah,
Six Siege, which you said you hated, was GTA 5.
yeah,
Uh, it goes to show that It it's a monopoly on time, I guess, and
yeah. They
Pokemon
are.
is a monopoly on time. Your highest
It one hundred
rated
percent
you gave
is.
10 out of 10s for were Brotherhood for Horizon 2, Farming Simulator 15, Persona 5, Stardew Valley you gave it 10 out of 10,
It's
and
great,
then,
man.
GTA as well. Um,
Yeah,
your biggest platform was Xbox One by a hell of a long shot,
I was an
um,
old. I had money.
and then it just goes down to the title list. So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at this, 258 completions with 7.5% remaining. The average completion time at 33. It's a it's a hell of a collection, Luke.
Yeah,
It's an
that's crazy.
absolute
I think
monster of a collection.
I did some math because I saw the stat 56 days. That's wrong because at some point I will say you could manually input the amount of time and specifically like times of completion for like certain games. I was doing that, and after the 15th one, I said, "Oh my god, I'll never finish." So I cut that out. But if we take this hour, we take 33 hours. It was just here. The average game takes me 33 hours
And
and
times it
60
by
minutes to beat.
258.
Times it by 258 completed games. Let's just say that. That is over 8,558 hours of gaming, which is ridiculous. That's
Divided by 24 for
almost
me, Luke?
divided by 24, 356 days. That's a year of gaming.
That's exactly a year of gaming, almost.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like I've been playing games for a year of my life. So I'm 31. Take 1 year out, and that's the amount of time spent playing games. And I think the cool thing about this, and the reason why I was so adamant on completing this and wanting to do this, because it's really cool to like just sit back and think about, right? Like I really like I tell people all the time, like people are like, when I have to tell people about me for like the interviews, where I tell people like, they tell me a little bit about the time. It's like, yeah, I'm a big fucking nerd. I don't say that. I don't say fucking in an interview, but I said I'm a big nerd. I'm a big nerd. I play a lot of video games. I like video games. They are my pastime. Like I like the worlds. I like the stories. I like it. It feels weird to me, and I think this is just how I know I love gaming. And my mom jokes around. She's like, "You're addicted to video games," and I joke with her. I was like, "I'd rather be addicted to video games than addicted to anything else
Yep.
because video games are not hurting me. Like
Nope.
I'm not like yes, if I'm sitting down for 13 hours straight every single day, sure, but like if I don't play a game, like whether that be a mobile game for like 30 minutes or a game on my console for an hour a day, I just feel like I haven't got to have my me time if that would like when
Yeah.
I'm playing games unless I'm playing them with someone else, they were my escape. And I just remember as a kid kept me out of trouble. Like it kept me out of trouble. I didn't, I was a very good boy. Didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do drugs or anything like that until I was 18 when I went to college and I got away from mom. Sorry, mom, but like it's true. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
happens.
It
Everyone knows it's
happens.
coming.
But it was also the thing where like it wasn't a thing where I did that. It's like that was fun. On Like I said, I don't really drink that much. I fucking hate smoking and I don't do drugs really. So it's just like one of those things where like was kept me away from that stuff. And I met some of my I get sappy at the end, but I met my friends playing video games. I have great memories with my friends playing gaming. That was our pastime. And without video games, I would not have met you, Nick, half the people that I
Yep.
converse with on a regular basis. And just goes to show, like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It was a fun endeavor to go back and look at the games, but um, I just like video games, man. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. And I like numbers, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, share that with Jake, and just be like, hey guys, if you
It
have
does make me
games,
wanna do
play
one,
them.
and it will be very, very short. I'll tell you that for free. If I
Yeah,
can get
do
back
it.
it
It'd be fun.
it's dependent on if I can get back into my PS3 account. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I added it as a friend, but I set my privacy to private, so I can't see my playtime and my trophies. So I need
Uh,
to try and get back into the old account because I swapped accounts for between PS3 and PS4.
mhm,
Because you couldn't change your gamer tag. That's one advantage that Xbox had. You could pay to change your gamer tag, but on
mhm.
PlayStation you couldn't. You had to make a new account. Um,
Yeah,
but it's been good to listen to it, Luke.
it's
You've
fun.
definitely schooled me on games. Like
I
I
mean,
don't play a lot.
if you take out all the 2Ks, the FIFAs, the UFCs, the Pokemons, the WWEs, you probably knock out about 70, 80, 80 games right there. So, it's like 356 divided that by it's like that's like 230. It's like not too
I
crazy.
reckon my hours would be similar, but my game list would
Yes.
be a third, not
Yeah,
even a
you
third.
definitely you definitely yeah, I will say I tried a lot of games, so my hours are probably I mean, I played more, but a lot of the games I did play, they're story player games, and when you play the story player games, once you're done with them, you don't really go back. Those are one of the things you have a 50-hour experience or a 100-hour experience, and unless you're insane and you not insane, but unless you really, really like the game, you want to replay it again. Um, most people aren't replaying those single player games more than once or twice. So yeah, for sure. It was fun. It was fun. Jake, you'll have to do it at some point if you can get into it. It'd be a
I'll do it
fun
on the plane.
retrospective. It'd be fun for me to sit back and enjoy it with you.
I'll do it on the plane.
But
But yeah, wrap it up, Luke.
yeah, guys, it was a long one. I was joking with Jake. I was like, Jake, this should be a quick one. I don't think it'll be a fun offshoot one we can do for a fun one, so we have a little gap in between recordings at one point if we need a backup, and we could divide this in two if we really wanted to, but we won't. We'll put it out as a full 2 hour podcast. But guys, ultimately, we love video games. We enjoy this, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you guys use How Long to Beat to track your video games, do you think that's pretty cool? Love to share. If you guys have, share the link. We'll definitely check them out. But we've been talking for a long time. My mouth is getting tired. It's 1 o'clock over here. It's a long day, so we're gonna cut off here, guys. I've been Luke. That's been Jake, and we will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.